Hey, you're listening to 91.1 The Avenue. My name is Ann. This is The Avenue's Mile of Music coverage. The Avenue's Mile of Music coverage is made possible with support from Nicolet Bank and U.S. Venture. Additional support comes from Dodd Home Safety. Dodd Home Safety performs home safety assessments, provides and installs the recommended equipment, and trains everyone on how to keep loved ones safe and independent in their own homes. You can find more information at doddhomesafety.com. We are joined in studio today by one of the rare things. We are joined by someone who has played all 10 Mile of Music. You know him. You love him like we do. It's Kyle Megna.
Hey, thanks for having me as usual.
Thanks for coming in. You know, we felt this being kind of a milestone festival year, 10 years, which is remarkable. We wanted to speak with someone who's been at all of them. And you're one of the small handful of people who can claim that.
Yeah, I remember the first one, nobody knew what was going to happen or what it was. It was in the paper. It was on social media. Like, I don't know what this is going to be. And who knows how long it's going to be around. And here we are. So
what was your performance like at that first? I was at the first Mile of Music Festival, but I did not see you. I think I stayed pretty close to the Lawrence Chapel area. And what did Kyle Megna or Megna and the Monsoons look like at that Mile 1?
Yeah, I think we were at that time, a five-piece band. We played like Chadwick's, and I think we played Fox River House maybe. We played a few gigs, and like now we only have this year, which is fine. I actually like playing less because I get to see more bands. Plus the show is a little more special too. If you're playing like 8 shows, and people are like, I'll go see them later. But I think we played a lot during the first few Mile of Musics. Every show is a fantastic show, and walking away from Mile 1, we're like, wow, I hope this continues. I haven't had an audience like this in quite some time. I always tell people I moved away to Tennessee to get closer to music, and now it's just right in our backyard here. So
isn't that true? I remember being at a crossroads in my life in 2013, the first Mile, and thinking, well, I can pick up and move and go anywhere. And then I went to Mile of Music, and I thought, man, Appleton's getting really cool now. I think I have to stay.
Yeah, and even looking, it sounds so weird looking that far back, 10 years, there was kind of like a lull after it ended. It was like, oh, now there's not a lot of music going on. But since then, venues have popped up. The music community has grown quite significantly, and musicians like myself are able to play at a lot more places that are more open to listening to original music, and it's kind of been Mile of Music year-round almost.
Well, for those who may not know, Kyle is a local musician and proprietor of a business, 313 Dodge in Kaukauna. You play solo. You play a lot of different ways. You play solo, duo. You play with your now 7-piece Monsoon. Yep. And for this festival, you have taken things up a couple of notches with the brass Monsoon. Talk about that.
Yeah, this is something we like to do every once in a while. Obviously, we did Lawrence Chapel with 91.1 a little while back. So to get 14 people together is kind of a hard thing to do, and when we do it, it's always fantastic. We happen to have people that can chart out our music quite well, and actually this group of musicians that are going to be the brass section, the 7 more added, they played with us the last 3 times we've done this, so it's becoming more of like a family thing. So it's a lot of power on one stage. It's a lot of fun. We'll be adding some new songs into the list. We came out with a new EP this year, too.
I was going to say you have a new EP, and to my ears, it sounds like there'll be a lot of what will become Monsoon's classics from that. There are a lot of good stuff on that.
Yeah,
EP.
it finally feels like we always road test them. Actually, we record them first, and then we road test them. It's weird how we create it. So we're feeling more comfortable playing them live now. Well, we just got done with half our summer is gone now. So we've been playing it out a lot, and we feel comfortable playing those songs too. So
well,
that feels good.
For anyone who's ever seen Kyle Megna and the Monsoons, or the larger brass monsoon, you know that it's always a very dynamic, entertaining show, and you surround yourself with very high quality musicians, and you guys can have fun, and it feels spontaneous, and that there's a little improvisation going on, and it's just a fun show. So highly recommended if you get a chance. The Brass Monsoon will be making one appearance at this Mile of Music Festival, and that is on Friday, is it?
Yep, Friday night at Emmett's main stage at 8:35 p.m.
There you go. And will you have your new EP with you for sale?
Not physical copies,
Not
but
physical
I will
copies.
have cards and T-shirts available. So on the card, you can just take your phone and scan over it. It'll bring you right to any links for music and how to find
Well,
us.
the festival is always a great place to pick up merchandise, and because fans get a chance to get it directly from the artists and have that little bit extra personal connection. So highly recommend checking out the Brass Monsoons any chance you get. And if that happens to be at the Mile of Music Festival, you'll get the bonus of seeing the larger band. So as someone who has played the festival 10 years, what has that experience meant to you as an artist, or your career as a musician?
Well, very grateful to be, obviously to be a part of it. And it just happened to line up so perfectly. Again, with the original music, I always felt like an outcast, just in a sea of cover music, which I don't have a problem with either. I think there's a time and place for all music. But I just get bored when I'm not making music. I guess I want to play new music. I want to play my own music. And so it means a lot to be invited to this festival. Now it's in the Rolling Stone magazine, and it seems to be a sought-after festival to get into, but very proud to be welcomed back every year. So it means a lot to us. We try to, on our end, keep things fresh too, instead of being stale. So trying to put out those new EPs every single year and make sure we're always creating and kind of staying true to music and not just getting back in the old routine. So,
well, we're lucky to be able to claim you as, one of our hometown artists. And thanks for coming in and talking about the Mile of Music Festival. Have a great mile, and thanks for all you do in the community as well. We're talking with Kyle Megna. This is the Avenue's Mile of Music coverage.